This is Roy Candy from Epic Gaming Night, and today we're going to be taking a look at a game that originally came out in 1979 and is being restored by Rob Daviau and Restoration Games, and that game is Stop Thief. All of the photos and everything in this preview are prototype photos, so everything's not 100% final, but hopefully we can get you a good look at the game and show you a little bit of how it plays. Stop Thief is a 2 to 4 player competitive game where players are playing different private investigators trying to find a criminal who's broken into different locations. You will be using an application to track where the thief is because he's not represented on the board. You'll hear different sounds playing as you play the game to help you track down the thief. The first player to properly deduce where enough criminals are and catch them to get enough money to cash out of the 2-bit job is the winner. At the beginning of the game, a new thief will spawn on a crime scene location. The application will tell you which building the thief is currently in. Players will pick one of the 6 different available characters to play the game, and they'll also start with $3,000 and take their deck of movement cards. All players start in space 500 in the center of the game board. The application will choose which player goes first. At the beginning of each player's turn, they will press the clue button in the application. This will give them an audio clue of where the criminal is moving. If they move onto a door, you'll hear a creaky door opening. If they move inside the building, you'll hear footsteps. If they go through a window, you'll hear breaking glass. If they move back to a crime scene, you'll hear an alarm. And if they're moving outside, you'll hear the hubbub of the street. Then the current player will go to their movement step where they choose one of their movement cards to play. You'll have high numbers that don't have any special abilities, but allow you to move further. And then lower numbers that have special abilities depending on the character you're playing. There's even a card that lets you get a private tip from the application that only you get to see. Depending on the game difficulty you're playing, this can either tell you where the criminal is currently or give you 2 different locations and you have to figure out which one is true. After resolving special abilities on your movement cards, you'll move your pawn along the footstep paths on every circle and different location as you go around the board. You can go through doors normally, but only thieves can go through windows unless there's other special abilities in play. After playing a movement card out of your hand, it stays on the table and can't be played again until you play your special movement card that allows you to pick all of them back up. After you finish your movement, you may attempt to make an arrest. You use the application to type the location where you think the thief is. If you're correct, you'll collect a reward. You have to make sure to deduce very carefully, because if you attempt an arrest in the wrong location, you will lose $1,000 for wasting your time. When you successfully catch a thief, you'll claim the reward listed on the card. After a thief is captured, a new thief will come into play. The application will tell you where it starts, and different thieves have different special abilities that happen when they're captured and while they're in play. First player to get the proper amount of money depending on the player count is the winner of the game. Stop Thief is a fast-paced, family-weight, app-driven game of deduction and hidden movement as you try to beat your friends to the thieves and be able to come out on top as the best private investigator. Stop Thief is a family-weight hidden movement game where players are racing to try to catch the criminal. It's definitely interesting how the application does all the different sounds and you're trying to deduce where the thief is and pay attention to what the other players that just got tips are doing and what direction they're running, so hopefully you can run that direction and beat them to where the criminal is and get the reward. It's awesome how Restoration Games is taking an older game and bringing it and putting new life in it with great designers like Rob Daviau, trying to redo the game and modernize it and put it with the application and everything. I'm super excited to see everything in the finished form, and it's definitely very interesting the deduction you make in this game. I like how all the different characters have slightly different abilities, so it's slightly asymmetrical, and all the criminals have different abilities where a lot of times their rewards will raise, or sometimes they make it so you can't use certain abilities and things like that when those certain criminals are up, and it adds variability and replayability to the game. So if you're looking for a lightweight game that you could play with family or your gamer friends that's all about racing to catch the criminals, make sure to check out Stop Thief. Thanks so much for checking out my preview of Stop Thief. I do a podcast called Epic Gaming Night about the stories and relationships that board games create. We stream it live Tuesday nights on YouTube. Make sure to check that out. And I also do a lot of reviews for the Dice Tower. So make sure to check out all our stuff there and hit us up at Epic Gaming Night on Instagram and Twitter. So until next time, we'll see you then.